I'm kind of happy that looks like my cough is starting to go away. I was kind of hacking my brains out this morning, but been talking pretty consistently today without hacking my lungs up too much. So coughing is one of those things that it irritates people. You know, if you sneeze, you know, obviously nobody likes snot or anything, you know, boogers. But when you cough, it's like people they're like, oh, you must be sick. Like, yeah, or I could be getting over something. You know, that lingering side effects can still be a cough as you clean out the rest of the dead cells in your body. You know? Whatever. You know, people can have a smoker's cough and nobody bats an eye on it. But you know, you cough too much in a short period of time or whatever, and now you're always sick. You're infectious, blah blah blah. I don't care. Irritates the shit out of me. Elder robe. Yeah. Progression of armor and weapons seem to be a lot more gradual in this game. For obvious reasons, you're upgrading your weapon slowly with Clara ore, and you know, you're running into more upgrades than you did in East 1 and 2, so yeah, these perks are still destroyed by air magic. You just different type of air magic. Good enemy design. Putting an enemy that can easily take out your shield next to an enemy that can only really be defeated by your shield. Alright, so this is going to be the same pattern as with Unica. We're going to go left and right to get the left and right stuff, and then we're going to go down the center. I think it's just something... Yeah, well actually this is something I needed. Emerald, rubies, whatever. Those are required. Because you want to power up your magic. Not so much in and then of course the Clara ore that I'm about to get here in a second is required. Those guys are annoying. Getting close to that level up now. Taste it. Can you taste it? Boy, that was a commercial for SpaghettiOs that was on forever. Like I think that ad came out probably somewhere in the ballpark of like 92 to 95. By the time my siblings that were 10 and 12 years younger than I am were starting to watch like kids programming, and I was sort of phasing out of it. That was still running in the early 2000s. So like that ad ran for 10-15 years practically. It's, it's your atypical little kids commercial where, the little kids can see the cartoon character that's trying to sell them the SpaghettiOs or the marshmallow cereal or whatever. But the adult's like, he can't see it. So, like, in the end, when the guy goes, what are we gonna do? Because he's trying to coach the kids. So what are we gonna do? And the kids are like, eat SpaghettiOs. He's like, what? What? I don't get it. I'm an old person. Old people don't get anything. They were never young. Just complain about how expensive everything's become. The only thing I complain about getting more expensive is the big items, the big ticket items, like, housing costs and mortgage and electricity, Don't complain about, little bills like water. Even my food bill isn't that high, considering. That's something my mom would always complain about because she had she didn't have 6 kids. She had 4 kids. Had 6 mouths to feed is what I was trying to say. So anytime she would, go to the grocery store, she was thinking about, like, I gotta feed, I'm gonna make dinner tonight, and this, whatever, pound, meat or potatoes or whatever, they're now 50 cents more expensive or $1 more expensive. I know meat went up a lot, so that's one of those things that particularly when stuff isn't going quite great, it kind of goes right through the roof. Like, oh, gas prices went up. Well, meat's like $10 more expensive than it was last week. But as soon as the gas prices come down, that meat does not come down right away. Meat goes from, say, $30 to $35, and then over the next 6 months might come back down to like $32 slowly. Even though the gas prices came down, went from say $2.50 in my area to say $4.50. Those consumer prices, those go up immediately, but it takes forever for them to come back down because I get it, they're playing safe, or whatever. Trying to predict the next spike. Alrighty, they're gonna save here, and then we're gonna level up, and then we'll come back. Well, I guess we'll power up our guy first. That would be smarter. I do have a Clara ore I need to use.
Yeah, they say basically the same thing about
They can't believe that Black Pearl is both the source of their magic and the source of all of their problems. Alright, welcome back everybody to Ys Origins. I lost the recording, so if you see me save and you see a further along save, that's because I lost the recording between excuse me, this boss and the next boss. So we're gonna hopefully just fucking decimate this and just move on and blow through this till we get to the next boss. This is like the last boss that we fought, where you can't just fucking blast your way through this, you know. You have to kill the little eyeballs, which I know obviously the quicker you deal damage, the better. But again, once he hits a certain point, like the 1/5 mark or whatever, he closes off his eyeball. You can't do any more damage to him. You gotta come back down here. And then this is a little bit of random luck, a little bit. I mean, it's not super luck, but I think this is, in terms of my playstyle, probably one of the worst ones. Because, you know, you fight the enemy, you deal damage to him, and then here you are, you're back where you started. Try not to take damage. You've got the sand pulling you in. He's doing the little sand wave things. And in the meantime, you're trying to do as much damage as quickly as possible so you can get back up on here. And then, yeah. Now he's up to 5 eyes, and then we'll get another attempt to hit his eyeball, center eyeball. And then we'll have to fight 6 of these things. And then if you're not fast enough, what ends up happening is those little starfish guys start to heal him. Here's 6. And I start getting kind of low on health here because I'm at the point where I don't give any fucks. I just sort of tank that. Rather than actually try and beat the boss like a normal human being, I just tanked all of his damage. Just as a quick side note, I'm gonna have this lingering cough for probably another 2 weeks. Which means by the time I'm actually done coughing and I'm done recording these videos, it's gonna be sometime in February. Or rather, the last video with me coughing like a moron is going to be probably in February. Alrighty. I'm also kind of on a time limit, if you will. Got food in the or the oven that needs to be taken out. Of course, you all know that by the time you see this, cause let it out. Little dudes and the little up and down bars do damage me. Your favorite thing about double jumps is the fact that as soon as you get it, it just becomes a requirement. Kind of glad they gave us in this game. They gave health drops. Some games don't do that. East games, not just the old ones, but some of the more recent ones. I'm not 100% sure if, like, it's been a while since I played most of the other East games, but there's Oath and Falgana, which I've mentioned before, Ark of Nepishen. They both are either made on this engine or they're made similar on a similar engine to this one, because they play have a very similar style to this. Kind of curious if they, no, I shouldn't say that. They've remade East 1 and 2 so many times in terms of, like, here's an updated graphic version. Here's a version that doesn't look like it was sitting on your PC, you know? I shouldn't, I just kind of wonder if they'd ever do a East 1 and 2 version in this style, but I know that after Oath and Falgana, they moved away from this style of video game, and they went to a more, well, you're going to play with 3 different characters, and instead of having you know, the 3 elements, the thunder, the fire, and wind, we're going to give you a character that's like a piercing character, and we're going to give you a character that's like does blunt damage, you know, likes to hit with hammers or hit with fists, and then we're going to give you a character that's like a fast piercing character and like a medium slashing character, you know. And different enemies are going to be stronger or weaker against those, depending. You're going to constantly switch between them, and you're going to run into very strong bosses that you don't really see them in this game, but you see them in Ark of Nepishen and maybe even Oath and Falgana. I don't remember. They're essentially enemies that exist in a room, and they're much stronger than you are right now, and you're supposed to run into them and die, and then try to do them again, and then realize that you're under leveled, and then you come back in like 5 levels or so and crush the boss. Then you'll come back later in the game, you know, looking for something, and find out that a harder version of the same boss you just fought respawned, and it'll again crush your balls in, and you kind of like, well, gotta come back when I'm stronger. Excuse me. I think Hugo's shield is probably his best, most useful ability in this game. Prevents a single hit of damage, or strong enough it can tank through certain things like laser beams or whatever, at least until it's taken a number of them. Does eat through his magic. One of the things I noticed about this game is at a certain point, like, if you don't upgrade your stuff, you're going to be kind of fucked. Yes, I keep running into you. Knew I was coming. Did the others tell you about me? Nope, don't care. Crimson coat. Yay, big coat. Big coat for big boys. I am in your debt. The Roo said something. So, well, I cannot turn down my my attack once upgraded. I can tell you that if you do not upgrade, other than the initial upgrade that the guy or the brew gives you. You get to a point where you cannot damage certain enemies. They do 1 damage, or rather you do 1 damage, which makes it very difficult to move on with the game. So I got to that point where I'm charging up my oops, that was almost bad. Go back outside, I guess. What I was going to say is I was charging up the evil ring by fighting those powered up red skeleton enemies, and I was only doing 1 damage to them, even though I was at the correct level to be doing lots of damage to them. Well, I upgraded my staff twice, and I went from a level 1 staff to a level 3 staff, and all of a sudden I'm doing 20 damage. So I guess it would be a level 4 staff, since it starts out at level 1. But when I did the upgrade, it was level 2, so 2 more would make it a 4. Makes more sense, I guess. The reason I mentioned that is because, as I told you, I lost the recording, so this is me running through this area again. More than likely at a lower level than I probably initially ran through this at, but we're gonna fix that here eventually. But a lot of damage here. As soon as I level up, though, that's gonna kind of fix itself. And there's the level up. Yeah, so it's like 18 damage down to 10 damage. So like, it's a little less than a half much damage they're doing to me. So we're gonna go this way now, because if I screw this up, I'll still be making progress. These guys here are very tough, so my plan is to try to hit them and run away, and then hit them and run away. These guys do too much damage to me. I just drop down into the lower area like I did with Yuka. My hope is that I can use my magic and defeat these guys. If I could predict exactly where they were, I mean, I could just leave like one of my electric bombs, mines, and let that do all the damage or do all the work. But fortunately, I do not know where they're going to be. So this is the better of the options I have. I'm pretty close to dying here too. I don't want to really. If I take like 2 more hits, I think I'll be dead. Okay, if I take 3 more hits, I'll be dead. Luckily, picked up a health drop right there, so. Nice. Okay, I did that correctly the first time. Usually I take too much damage there, and I have to drop down. But, great. That was good. So let's just do this real quick. Nope. I'm gonna go to our equipment. This on. And I'm gonna come down here, and we're gonna pick this up, and we're just gonna chill out for a minute while I heal back up. So now my wind and thunder are at max level, and I just have a little bit more to go on fire. Guys are a bit of a pain in the ass. Luckily there's some hidden health down here, which I'm gonna pick up. Or MP or whatever, I don't know what was down there in that thing, but you have to watch your health sometimes. It can add up pretty quickly if you're not careful. There's a bricks. I don't know if anyone wants to know this or not, but I am mashing. This is not an some sort of, I don't know, auto spam tool or whatever. Me actually pressing the shoot button every time. Now we're running into more powerful guys that need more of my attention. I'm not really sure what the point of that guy is, other than just stand there and be a dickhead. There's nothing up here. I figured I might run into you here. Epona. ... You're not poised for battle. I thought you said next time we met, we would settle things. You're one to talk. You're barely even paying attention to where you're walking. Besides, I don't need to worry about my stance or any of that crap. I'd crush you like a bug without even thinking. So why don't you then? Well, ... Alright, that's enough smack talk for one day. Try to fight in a place like this would be pretty damn stupid. Probably both fall to our death. Perhaps it would be best if we simply skip the battle royale altogether for now. We're both rather busy after all. Hey, you trying to brush me off? You want to suggest we not fight here? Or have you already changed your mind about that? No. Just since we happen to run into each other like this, I thought maybe I should share the good news. Though strictly speaking, I guess it's only good news for us, not you guys. I don't like the sound of that. Lady Ray has been captured, has she? No, not yet anyways. It's just a matter of time now. Meaning, Dalus has joined the hunt personally. He's been tied up with his ritual all this time, but I guess it's finally done and ready to go. So he's able to focus all his energy on trying to nab the Black Pearl. That's your leader, is he not? He must be a man of considerable ability. Probably, but I don't know a damn thing about how you magic users measure that kind of stuff, so I can't judge. I sure wouldn't want to cross him, though. No doubt he would stump me out in no time flat. Be willing to bet he even matched your precious goddess, maybe even stronger. Rather than a goddess, come out. You should speak on matters you know nothing about. You shouldn't speak on matters you know nothing about. Well, like I said, I can't really measure these things. It's just gonna go with my gut here. But never mind that we're getting off topic. Fun fact about Dallas is he's been asking about you. What? Who could possibly want to know about me? What could he possibly want to know about me? Well, you do have those eye things. I gotta admit they're pretty powerful. Maybe they caught his interest, who knows? Or maybe... Oh, nothing, just watch your back if I were you. Think of this as sisterly advice. My dumb little bro does tend to get pretty cocky sometimes after all. Since when have I been your little bro? I'm neither dumb nor cocky, thank you. Oh, is that so? Must have been some other cocky dumbass I found collapsed by the door and ran to his axis then. Anyways, I thought I'd fill you in. Catch you later. Does that Japanese thing where she puts her hand up like this. See ya! He really is an oddball, but I have no reason to distrust her. I'll have to be on my guard. Daedalus info sounds like he could be a problem. Pew, 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 pew. No.